Have you ever wished for a magic formula to get rich? What if I told you it's not magic but a science? Welcome to our discussion on I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Ramit Sethi, a Stanford graduate and a New York Times best-selling author, has crafted this life-changing book to guide you on the path to financial independence. It's a comprehensive roadmap that covers essential concepts like personal finance, investing, and saving, all delivered in a straightforward, accessible style. Imagine Warren Buffett sharing his secrets over a cup of coffee. That's how relatable this book is. It's not about get-rich-quick schemes or cutting out lattes. It's about smart, strategic decisions that can transform your financial future. It's about understanding the power of compound interest, the importance of saving, and the exciting world of investments. So, are you ready to take control of your financial future? Buckle up and let's dive in. Imagine your financial journey as climbing a ladder. Each rung represents a different aspect of your finances. Now, the first rung of this ladder is saving. It's about setting aside a part of your income for future use. Picture it like squirrels storing away acorns for winter. They're not saving because they lack faith in their ability to find food later. They're saving because they understand the value of preparedness. So, how about we become a bit more squirrel-like and start stashing away some of our own acorns? Next on the ladder is paying off debt. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack while trying to climb. That's what debt does to your financial journey. It weighs you down. The sooner you can remove this weight, the easier your climb becomes. So make a plan and start chipping away at your debt, one payment at a time. Now you've saved some money and you're free from debt. What's next? Investing. This is where your money starts working for you. It's like having an army of dollar bills marching out each day to bring back more dollars. Warren Buffett once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." Let's take a cue from one of the richest men on the planet and put our money to work. The final rung of this ladder is earning more. This doesn't necessarily mean working more hours. It could be negotiating a raise, starting a side hustle, or investing in your skills to increase your earning potential. As Oprah Winfrey rightfully pointed out, you become what you believe. So believe in your ability to earn more. Remember, it's not about how fast you climb, but making sure you don't miss any rung. This ladder is not a race. It's a personal journey. And each step you take, whether it's saving, paying off debt, investing, or earning more, brings you closer to financial wellness. So start climbing one rung at a time. What if you could spend guilt-free on the things you love? Sounds impossible, right? Not according to Ramit Sethi. Now let's dive into the concept of conscious spending. This idea is a game changer, folks. It's not about penny pinching and denying yourself the things you love. No, it's about the exact opposite. It's about spending, but doing so with awareness and intention. Imagine being able to buy that latte you love every morning without a second thought, or that pair of shoes you've been eyeing for months without feeling guilty. That's the beauty of conscious spending. You see, conscious spending is different from budgeting. Budgeting often feels restrictive, like you're putting a leash on your desires. It's about cutting back, saving every penny, and often denying ourselves the things we love. But here's the catch. Budgeting often doesn't work in the long run because it goes against human nature. We're not wired to constantly restrict ourselves. It's like being on a diet. Eventually, you cave in and binge. On the other hand, conscious spending is a more sustainable approach to managing money. It's about understanding your spending habits, knowing where your money is going, and then making intentional decisions about what you want to spend on. It's about prioritizing your spending on the things that bring you joy and cutting back on the things that don't. Here's an example. Let's say you love traveling, but you also spend a lot on eating out. Instead of cutting back on both, you could choose to spend intentionally on travel, which brings you joy, and cut back on dining out. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. Conscious spending doesn't mean you don't save or invest. It means you create a spending plan that aligns with your values, your happiness, and your financial goals. So here's the takeaway. It's time to ditch the guilt and start spending consciously. Let's embrace the idea that we can enjoy the things we love while still being financially responsible. So instead of feeling guilty about your spending habits, let's start making them work for you. Ever felt intimidated by the idea of investing? You're not alone, but Sethi breaks it down to make it less scary. Let's start with the basics. Investing is essentially putting your money to work for you. It's about growing your wealth over time. Sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Sethi emphasizes the importance of starting early, and here's why. Let's say you start investing $100 every month from your 20s. By the time you hit 60, you'd have a substantial amount, thanks to the power of compounding. But if you wait until your 30s to start, you'd end up with a significantly smaller amount, even if you invest more each month. This is because the money you invest grows over time. So the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Now, let's talk about risk. It's a term that often scares people away from investing, but Sethi simplifies it. He suggests that risk is not always a bad thing. In fact, it's a fundamental part of investing. Higher risks can lead to higher returns, but it's important to understand your own risk tolerance and invest accordingly. And remember, investing is a long-term game. Short-term market fluctuation shouldn't deter you from your long-term financial goals. Finally, let's touch on the power of compounding. Albert Einstein once said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." Compounding is the process where the interest you earn on your investment starts earning interest itself. This snowball effect can lead to exponential growth of your money over time. So there we have it. Investing isn't as intimidating as it seems. It's about starting early, understanding risk, and harnessing the power of compounding. And always remember, investing isn't just for the rich, it's for anyone who wants to be rich. Saving and investing are crucial, but Sethi argues that earning more is the real key to wealth. Intrigued? Let's dive deeper into this perspective. Sethi's philosophy centers around the idea that there's no cap on your earning potential. It's not just about cutting back on your lattes or scrimping on your groceries, rather it's about expanding your income sources. One approach to this is seeking higher-paying jobs. It isn't about job hopping for the sake of it, but strategically positioning yourself in roles and industries where the payouts are higher. Think tech, finance, or any field you're passionate about that has a strong income potential. Another avenue to earn more, according to Sethi, is starting a side hustle. This doesn't mean you have to invent the next Facebook or Amazon. It's about taking a skill or hobby you already possess and finding a way to monetize it. Maybe you're a whiz at graphic design or you make the best homemade candles in town. These talents can become additional income streams. Lastly, Sethi emphasizes the importance of negotiating raises. Did you know that Warren Buffett once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself"? Well, one way to do this is by effectively communicating your value to your employer. Don't shy away from those performance reviews. Instead, walk in with a list of your accomplishments and a plan for your future contributions. Show them why you're worth that extra investment. To sum it all up, Sethi's philosophy encourages you to break away from the traditional mindset of just saving and investing. It challenges you to look at the bigger picture, to realize that your earning potential is not fixed, but rather it's a variable that you have the power to increase. So let's change the way we think about wealth. Let's focus not just on saving more, but earning more. Because at the end of the day, wealth isn't just about the money you keep, but also about the money you bring in. Remember, there's no limit to how much you can earn. So, why limit your dreams? Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button to keep learning and growing. Now, let's take a quick jog down memory lane. We've dissected the ladder of personal finance, understanding how each rung leads us to a higher ground of financial stability. We've delved into the realm of conscious spending, realizing that every penny counts and every choice has an impact. We've simplified the seemingly complex world of investing, showing you that it's not as intimidating as it might seem. And finally, we've explored the potential of earning more, because there's no limit to what you can achieve when you apply yourself. As we close this chapter, remember that these aren't just theories or abstract concepts. They are practical, actionable steps that you can take to start building your wealth today. As Warren Buffett once said, "Do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving." So let's start building our wealth today.